Well, here we are, the Artful Elf for your mental health. I've got a cup of coffee, I'm ready to get going on today's piece. And I think we're going to be doodling today. So grab your pen, paper, crayons, paints, whatever you've got, and settle down to doodle with me. Don't just watch the video and watch me, but grab a piece of paper and join in. And your doodle will be different from my doodle. And if you want to do a colouring in, then yes, when I've done my first basic outline, I will take a copy, a photograph of it as a colouring sheet, but really it's ideal that you do your own. So cheers, make yourself a coffee, grab your bits and pieces, pause and take those deep breaths, and then join in for some fun, because doodling really is good for your mental health. So sit comfortably with your back straight and but relaxed. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor and your arms, your hands just resting in your lap, and become aware of yourself, your body, your breathing. Close your eyes is possibly best, but you don't have to. You could just look at the picture on the screen. Listen to the sounds around you, maybe the ticking of a clock, children playing in another room. Be aware that they are there, and then bring yourself back to you, where you are. Notice your body and your breathing. Breathe normally. Be aware of each breath going in and going out. Notice anything that comes to mind as a distraction. Acknowledge it and let it go, and return your attention to your breathing. And as you settle into being aware of yourself in the current present moment, park any other thoughts that come to mind about the past or the future, and concentrate on now. I'm going to lead you through a way of breathing a little deeper. Breathe in to the count of 5 and then out to the count of 7. And if that's too long, then as long as you're breathing out for a little bit longer than breathing in, that calms you down. So take a breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And continue in that breathing pattern that you've established now. Whether you've kept up with me or not doesn't matter. Just take 10 of these breaths in and out. And any distractions, just acknowledge them and then return your attention to your breathing. And this technique is useful at any time to calm yourself down. And when you're ready, carry on and meet me with the next bit of the recording, which will be the art activity. Well, here we go. I've decided today that it's just going to be a doodle, but I'm going to paint on it later. So sketching paper is what I used yesterday, not very thick, and that's why it's sort of buckled when I put all the paint on it. So I'm going to use this thicker paper because that can take the weight of watercolour and thick paint. So today I'm going to start with a doodle and see where I go with it, and that might produce a nice colouring in page. We will see. I might actually, yeah, I'll do the outline and then we will see where we go with it. So, doodle art my way. Just start. You could do this actually with your eyes closed. I'll close my eyes and squiggle all over the page, and then open your eyes and see what you've got. Oh, that's what I've got. I'm going to close that up with that, and then start with a finer pen and fill in some bits. Now that might take a little while, so what I'm going to do is stop the film and start it again, so this next bit I'll speed up when I put the video together. Well, here we are. I've decided to go with a fairly loose watercolour style of decoration, so that it's going to be fairly quick. But I'm going to use acrylic paints because they're more vibrant in colour. I like this brush because it holds a lot of water. And I am just going to wet the paper. And the pen that I've got in should be waterproof. It says it's waterproof on the outside of it. So wet on wet gives you a nice effect. So I'm going to go with that one there. And what colour? I'm going to go yellow for the smiley faces bit. I like yellow. And let those yellow as well. And while that's still wet, I'm going to add splodges. I don't know how well that's going to work, or if I'll just end up with an orange. Let's get a bit of water on it. Oh, look. Well, that's interesting. Let's make that orange and red. So picking up two colours actually gives a nice effect. I'm going to get a bit of yellow and there, and a bit of blue. And actually that has covered up the blacks, so I'm just going to do that and see where we go with it. I think the paper, if it had been even wetter, would have been in a way better. Oh, look, nice. Oh, I like that effect. Let's get a bit more water on that and a bit more yellow. And a bit more blue. Oh, I like that. Swirly, swirly, swirly. Oh, it's not so wet there. I quite like that effect. That was a little bit of fun. So let's go with some more water. So this section I'm going to keep sort of blues and a bit of bluey green. Perhaps needs a bit more water on it. It'll take a while for it to dry, but it will give a nice effect, I think. Always go up into that one. Blue. And because I'm going for a more loose effect, I'm not too fussed about the colours running into each other, so I'm not constantly going to be putting my brush in the water to clean it between dipping in the different colours, because that's part of the fun, is seeing what colours you end up with when you mix them. So that's why I'm not being super careful at the moment, because after all it's a doodle, so you're just going with the flow, and partly wherever the brush takes you. Oh, that's thick. Need some more water on that. That is very thick. Shock. Oh, that's effective. Oh, I like that. Boing, boing. Well, that's fun. That is good. Oh, I like that. I like that effect. You see, I thought I'd gone and messed it up, but in my trying to put it right, I've actually found quite a nice little thing to do. I like those shapes. See if I can dab a bit off there. So that makes that lighter. Great fun. See, there's no right, there's no wrong, and you don't mess things up. You just have fun. Says she, who gets quite upset when things don't work out right and say, well, that was a load of rubbish. But actually, that's quite nice. I quite like that effect. Let's draw the blue across there a bit. Oh, I've still got a lot on this brush. Plop, 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 plop. I think we need to have a bit of red in there. We definitely need red for the hearts, don't we? Yeah, definitely red for the hearts. Let's have red for those, make them poppies. Should have a bit of red around there. Oh, it's gone purple now. I quite like that effect as well. So it's doodling, it's playing, having fun. No right, no wrong, it just is. A little bit of white there. Right. Is that finished, I wondered? Well, I think I ought to leave it to dry before I do anything else, and then come back and see if I want to add another layer of anything on it. So I'm going to leave it to dry, come back and have a look and see what I think. Hold on a minute. Right, Sorry about that, bit of a delay. I've just dried it using the hairdryer. So I think it needs a bit more of an outline around the edge. What's that? Let's have that one. So I'm going to define the edge. Oh, this is a purple one, that's all right. So I'm going to go around the edge with a felt pen, just to give it a bit of definition. Because I think it needs it. Not quite sure what else I'm going to do with it yet. There we go. Oh, that's better, isn't it? And I think I'm going to do some of the inside lines, but perhaps do they all need to be redefined? I'm not sure if they do or not. Let's see. Perhaps do some of them, but not all of them. You'll see. So I think I won't bother going over that one because they're so similar. Let's go around here. Because that's a definite section. And around here, I'll leave those as a section. I'm going to do some of those overlapping bits. And I sort of see all this as one bit as well. Reminds me of a fishing net somehow, probably because it's got fish in it. And we need some colour on those triangles. Let's colour some of those in. They don't want to all be purple. Is a bit dark. It wasn't what I was expecting. Green. Oh, little heart there all on its own. Oh, I've already had the green. It's difficult to tell the difference with some of these. Let's have that one. Yeah, that's better. If I had more time, I'd do more embellishment, but I'm afraid I don't have that much time. So I've got things to do, other things to do. This is great fun and I'm enjoying it, but I do have to be wary and aware that I have other duties to perform in a day. Can't just spend my time having fun. That would never do, would it? Ooh, let's fill that in. But this can be very engrossing and you just keep going and going and going until you get that sense of, yes, it's finished. Oh, where's my silver? What colour is that? And it's now late afternoon. It's not the one I wanted. Try that one. start filming these things in the morning with my morning cup of coffee, and then I get on with the day, and then I do some in the afternoon, and this is the afternoon session. It's actually now dark outside, would you believe? So I could go on, but I think we need to stop soon, because otherwise I'll be up very late doing the rest of the filming. But I would love to carry on with this, actually. I'm enjoying it. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave it at this for the session with you. If I do come back to it later, I will let you know. I will post it on my blog. But I think that's all I've got time for today, unfortunately. So I better go and create the video ready to post tomorrow. And here's the finished piece.